Thanks for checking out my video. If you want to learn more from me, I have a lot of classes on Udemy. You can find the links to a lot of those in the description.
All right, 'tis the season, so let's talk about love, right? Now, this is based on a lot of different psychology things and magic and law of attraction, manifestation, da 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 da, right? So, the person that you are right now is the kind of calibrated magnet that is going to attract a particular kind of person. We attract people that confirm different beliefs that we have about ourselves, about the world around us, and about other people. We attract someone who is going to fill a void or a need or some deeply held belief that we have. We attract situations and people that confirm our reality and yet also challenge us to change that reality. They confirm our reality with the comfortability stuff, and they challenge our reality with the uncomfortability stuff. So there's a little bit of comfort in there, a little bit of, yeah, I can just lean back and chill. And then there is the uncomfortability of, ah, crap, this thing is hard and it's going to make me grow, or it's going to make me give up. Most people in relationships give up before the growth actually happens. So, law of attraction, manifestation jazz, right? We're talking also the law of like vibration from the Kabbalion and magnetism and manifestation, da 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 da. So, when we make any actions or statements or thoughts or beliefs or different things like that, the theories or understanding goes that we are sending out certain signals or vibrations that then go out there and something responds in kind to give us that feedback. Have you ever been in situations at different jobs where the same thing happens over and over and over and over and over? You know, you have this kind of boss, you have this kind of coworker, the job ends this way, you have to leave because blank, stuff like that. Those patterns keep repeating because that's the energy you're sending out because you're not doing any of the growth on the inside, right? Little tough love for you this season. You're welcome. So, when it comes to different relationships and different things like that, same exact thing. We might run into the same kinds of things where we have different things that happen to us over and over and over again. You know, I had a compulsive liar. And then the next relationship, I had somebody who lied to me and hid things from me. I had been cheated on several times. This kind of stuff happens. And what did that breed in me? Different, lots of insecurities and jealousy and different stuff like that. And it was until I fixed those things that I actually had a positive, functional, and beneficial relationship. So if I hadn't gone inside and done my own work, then I would just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, right? There was a phrase about like, oh yeah, if you keep doing what you've always done, you will continue to get what you always got. So this is where personal change, understanding, journaling, reflection, meditation, and magic come in to the picture. Give yourself time every single day to sit down and reflect on what's going on in here, what's going on out here, what's going on small picture, day-to-day stuff, what happened earlier, what happened this morning, what happened 5 minutes ago, and big picture, what's this repeating jazz that's going on in my life, right? So this means journaling, this means meditation, this means taking a walk and reflecting, this means doing things around your house without the distraction of phones and other random things, dude. Legend of Zelda stuff, so good. Shameless plug because I get nerdy. But you got to give yourself that time every single day to get an idea of what's going on in here. Also, meditating every single day if possible, at minimum 10 minutes, focusing on your breathing, clearing out your brain. getting that clutter out so you can think more clearly. And then when you spend that time thinking and even journaling and reflecting, or even talking to your phone on a recorder so you can just get your feelings out, you'll really see where you can go with your thoughts and figuring out what's what. Why did these things keep happening? What patterns are you in? You might not even understand or realize what patterns you're in right now until maybe after this video, maybe during this video, or maybe when you start reflecting on that kind of stuff. This is why I made a class recently on shadow work, because this is the kind of stuff that we have to do all the time that will allow us to grow and change. Because if we don't know what we're doing that's screwing us up, or attracting the wrong kind of person, or attracting the wrong kind of job, or the wrong kind of situation with friends, whatever, we're going to keep doing it over and over and over. So what we want to do is change that, right? I'd hope so. You can work with particular spirits on these issues of getting reflection, or when you get an idea of, I want to change this about myself, I want to be more confident, I want to have more luck at different things, what have you. There are definitely different spirits that can help you with that. Or even if you want to go the spiritless route, for lack of a better term right now, of you just want to bring some light into your darkness, use a candle spell, you want to program yourself to not have particular bad habits or bad thoughts or different things like that, you can make a custom sigil spell. Sigilengine.com, great for that kind of thing. Or you can use Rose Cross method or planetary square method, different stuff like that. And when we get down into this nitty gritty is when we start telling the universe through our thoughts and our vibrations, I don't want that thing I've always wanted. I want this thing instead. And I did the work to prove it to you. The last video that I recorded, which went up about a month before this, I think, was on how magic is, more stairs than an elevator. And you doing the reflection and stuff is walking up them stairs, going closer to your goal. So if we're talking about attracting a new relationship, think about all the different things that have happened in previous relationships, or maybe the reasons why you have not gotten into a relationship yet for some. And, why did that relationship go badly? Or why was that person not interested in me? Or why did I react that way? What bad issues did I bring to the table? And write them down. Give yourself a to-do list. First, I want to tackle my lack of confidence. Or I want to tackle the fact that I always get cheated on. Or I want to tackle the fact that I have, I'm stubborn, or I get jealous, or whatever the heck it is, or I pull away, or the other person always pulls away, blah, 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 blah. Think of all the bad things that happen, and then ask yourself why. Let's get Socratic with this. And by Socratic, I mean when you're thinking about stuff and you figure out, okay, this happened. Why? Figure out an explanation for that. Then why? Go deeper. And then why? Go deeper. The Socratic method involves asking why over and over and over. Because the more that we do this, the more that we parse things out, the deeper that things go. And then we can get a really, really good and deep explanation and figure out this is exactly why this thing keeps happening. And you got to think to yourself, especially with like using magic to transform relationships and stuff like that, do yourself a favor and understand this. Not everything is the other person's fault. They might have cheated. They might have been really, really mean to you or whatever. But you fed into that somehow, somehow, some way, even if you were like victimized by something, the fact is that you fed into it in one way or another at a very, very small amount, or sometimes a very, very large amount. And, I'm not talking about domestic violence and other different stuff like that. I'm talking about when your relationship started to break down and then here you are and you're looking for a new one. There was possibly a way that you could have done something different or acted differently to not feed into that. Because when we're in relationships, we are constantly feeding into the outcome that both of you create. And You're both on this train headed towards disaster. You got to say, hey, I want off. Are you coming with me? Right? And this involves reflection on your part, the partner's part, and da 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 da, and then figuring out where your issues come from, and then figuring out where their issues come from. And it's up for you to do the work over here and them to do the work over there. And then you can come back together and actually make something happen. And when it comes to being single and figuring stuff out, even if you two broke up, you still got to do that work of, okay, what happened and what bad stuff did I feed into it? Maybe I didn't listen enough. Maybe I jumped to conclusions. Maybe I got angry. Maybe I wasn't able to listen to the other person because I was dealing with my own pain and different things like that. One of the things that you can think about is how we really, at least according to imago theory, we really tend to actually kind of attract someone that reminds us of our parents with the positive qualities of them and their negative qualities too. And by doing this, we are actually trying to rectify and fix different issues that we had as kids. Maybe one of the parents wasn't there for us, or they didn't love us enough, or not in the way that we wanted them to, or different stuff like that. That creates gaps, holes, vacuums, vortexes, black holes, blah 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 in us that we then go out in the world and we're seeking to fill those different things when we get into relationships or even friendships and stuff like that. You ever had a bunch of friends that just suck your energy, or they all tend to be the same kind of person and they suck? That's because you're attracting that kind of person. So you got to become aware of that, and say, this is the person or the kind of relationship or the kind of thing, dynamic, blah, 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 that I always get into. I want this instead. And I know I'm good enough for it because I've done the work and I've unpacked that and I am aware of that. And now I know the signs of it and da 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 da. And so I don't want this. I want this. So when it comes to relationships and attracting the right kind of person, think about the kind of person you have attracted before. Think of the kind of situation you have attracted before and write down a declarative statement of, this is the kind of person, dynamic relationship that I want to attract. It's going to look like this. And I'm not saying it's going to look great and wonderful and there's going to be flowers and puppies and unicorns everywhere. No. There is going to be support. There's going to be clear communication. There is going to be trust. There is going to be da-da-da-da-da. Specific. Swim in the specific ocean when you're creating the idea of what you want to have happen, and then send that intention out to the universe with sympathetic magic. You can even write that kind of declarative statement on a piece of paper and wrap it around a candle, and then light that candle and sit there and meditate and visualize what your future relationship that is going to be perfect, or at least as perfect as you can conceive it, is going to be like. So a little bit of magic, a little bit of pep talk. Get going. Good hunting.
Thanks for watching my video. So if you want to check out my playlists, I have, among others, the Simon Necronomicon, the Tree of Life, General Magic, Tulpamancy, a playlist on my books, the elements, stones, the theories that govern magic, and the gods and goddesses of Mesopotamia. If you want to check out my books on Amazon, I have Creating Consciousness, Magical Mechanics, Magical Theater, Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Movement, which is an update and expansion upon Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Mastery, which is a combination masterwork of Magical Theater and Magical Mechanics, and The Guide to the Spheres and Beyond. You can also find me on Facebook at Magickology YT. You can email me at priestofthenecro@gmail.com, and you can even check out my Instagram, which is Magickology. And good hunting. You can also find me on Facebook at Magickology YT. You can email me at priestofthenecro@gmail.com, and you can even check out my Instagram, which is Magickology. And good hunting.